Hello students, welcome to Bridge Course Digital Classes. In our daily life, we come across different three-dimensional figures such as tube light, football, brick, almirah, etc. Okay, now we know that brick and almirah are examples of cuboid. Likewise, football is an example of sphere and tube light is an example for cylinder. Now, before going to learn the surface areas of these three-dimensional figures, first let us go for what we are going to learn from this session. Observe the screen. After watching this program, you will be able to understand lateral surface area or curved surface area and total surface area of cuboid, cylinder and sphere. Also, you can solve problems related to surface areas of cuboid, cylinder and sphere. Okay, here if we observe, we are saying that there are lateral surface area and curved surface area. What is the difference between these two? When we are considering the surface area of the solids with lateral surfaces, that is considered lateral surface area. On the other hand, if we are considering the surface area of the three-dimensional figures with curved surfaces, it is considered curved surface area. So, to understand which solids are having lateral surfaces and which solids are having curved surfaces, let us go for the classification of these solids. Look at the screen. Here, these are some of the solids which you are already familiar with. Observe, the first one is a cuboid, the second one is a cube, the third one is a cylinder, next it is a cone, sphere and pyramid. Now, we are going to classify them like solids with lateral surfaces and solids with curved surfaces. We know that a cuboid is having lateral surfaces, a cube is also having lateral surfaces, then a cylinder is having a curved surface, a cone is having a curved surface, a sphere is also having a curved surface and pyramid is having lateral surfaces. Now, we can categorize the same solids in one more way. We are considering them like the solids with two bases, solids with one base and solids with no base. Why there is a need to go for this further classification? Because we are talking about lateral surface area and total surface area. For lateral surface area, if we include the base areas, that will become total surface area, and if the base areas are excluded, that is lateral surface area. For that, we should know how many bases will be there for each solid. Again, if you observe, it is a quick observation that a cuboid has two bases. Likewise, a cube also is having two bases and a cylinder also is having two bases. Of course, for a cylinder the bases are circles. For a cone there is only one base and for a sphere there is no specific base, there are no bases for it, and for a pyramid there is only one base, right. These are the different solids with different bases. Now, here a girl is thinking like this. She wants to paint her almirah to prevent it from rusting. So, she is thinking, how will I come to know about how much paint will be required for painting her almirah? And let us see one more situation. Another girl is thinking like that. I want to decorate a birthday cap for my friend's birthday. How will I come to know about how much color paper will be required to decorate it? Like this, we come across different situations in our day-to-day life. So, for finding solutions for all these things, we must know how to find out surface areas of different solids. So, today we are going to learn how to find out surface areas of cuboid, cylinder and sphere. Now, first let us start with a cuboid, and while coming to a cuboid, as we know it has 6 faces and which are all rectangles. Now, of course, it has 2 bases and 4 lateral surfaces. If we calculate the surface areas of only the lateral surfaces, then it is lateral surface area. On the other hand, if the 2 base areas are included for it, then we get total surface area. This is the way in which a cuboid has 2 different areas. Now, how do we find these areas? Let us see. Observe the screen. On the right hand side you can see a cuboid which has 6 faces and all are rectangles, and here you can see that there are 2 green colored faces, 2 red colored faces and of course 2 blue colored faces, and the 2 blue colored faces are bases and red colored and green colored are lateral surfaces. Observe it. Now, we can clearly observe that there are 4 lateral surfaces and 2 bases. Altogether we have 6 surfaces. Now, to find out lateral surface area and total surface area, we cut this cuboid along the edges and open, and to obtain its net shape. Here you see, for getting the net, what we are doing here, you observe. We cut this cuboid along the edges, and when we open, we get the net shape of this cuboid. And here in the diagram on the left hand side in the net shape, you can see that the measurements of this are length 9 units, breadth 5 units and height 2 units. Now, for finding the lateral surface area, what we have to do? We have to find the areas of the 2 green colored rectangles as well as the 2 red colored rectangles. Okay. Now, just observe. How do we find the area of green colored rectangle? For that, length is 9 units and breadth is 2 units. So, its area is 18 square centimeter, and further we know that opposite surfaces are equal in area. So, the 2 green colored rectangles are 18 square centimeter and 18 square centimeter. Likewise, observe the red colored rectangles for which the dimensions are 5 units and 2 units. So, their areas are 10 units and 10 units because opposite faces are equal in area. Now, what is lateral surface area? It is sum of areas of all the lateral surfaces. So, 18 plus 10 plus 18 plus 10. That is so we can observe lateral surface area is 56 square centimeter. Now, further we can observe that the 2 base areas are to be added for getting total surface area, and for each base the dimensions are 9 units and 5 units. So, each base area is 45 square centimeter, and of course, the 2 bases are equal in area. So, for total surface area we can say lateral surface area plus sum of areas of 2 bases, or even we can say it is sum of areas of all the 6 faces. Now, there are 2 bases each of area 45 square centimeter. So, 90 square centimeter for 2 bases. Likewise, 2 green colored it is 36, and for 2 red colored faces it is 20. So, 90 plus 36 plus 20, 146 square centimeter is the total surface area of this cuboid. Now, let us try to understand the same by considering the dimensions like L, B and H, so that we can generate the formula. Now, if we observe this cuboid, for this length is L, breadth is B and height is H. So, we are considering that cuboid, and when we open we can observe that for the blue colored rectangle length is L and breadth is B and of course height is H. Now, how we are going to obtain this? Observe, for green colored rectangle the dimensions are L and H. So, its area is LH, because the 2 opposite faces are equal in area. the other side also its area is LH. Again, if we observe the red colored rectangles, the dimensions are B and H and their areas are BH, and of course again opposite faces are equal in area. So, it is BH and BH. Now, simply for getting lateral surface area, we have to go for the sum of areas of these 4 surfaces, that is 2 green colored and 2 red colored surfaces. So, 2 LH plus 2 BH, we can take 2H common, then we get 2H into L plus B, which is lateral surface area of a cuboid in general. Okay. Then what about its total surface area? There are 2 bases. So, for each base the dimensions are L and B. So, area is LB. There are 2 blue colored rectangles of whose areas are LB and LB, because already we discussed it several times, opposite faces are equal in area. Now, you can see there are 2 bases. So, LB plus LB 2LB, likewise 2 red colored rectangles BH plus BH 2BH and 2 green colored rectangles LH plus LH 2LH. So, if we take 2 common, we get 2 times of LB plus BH plus LH. Students, now till now we discussed how to get the formula of a cuboid, and of course we learnt that a cuboid has 2 types of surfaces, lateral surface area and total surface area. Now, we have derived formulae for lateral surface area and total surface area of a cuboid using the net shape. Now, let us try to solve one example using these formulae. Look at the screen. For a cuboid, if length, breadth and height are 7 cm, 5 cm and 4 cm respectively, then find its lateral surface area and total surface area. How do we find? First, if we observe the given information, for the cuboid given length is 7 cm, breadth is 5 cm and height is 4 cm. Write the formula for lateral surface area. It is 2H into L plus B. Then substitute the values of L, B and H in the formula. So, 2 into height is 4. So, 4 into L is 7 plus B is 5. So, 2 into 4 into 12. After simplifications, we can observe that its lateral surface area is 96 square centimeter. Then how do we find its total surface area? Again, the dimensions are the same. There is no change in the dimensions because we are calculating total surface area for the same cuboid. Now, write the formula for total surface area. Total surface area of cuboid is 2 times of LB plus BH plus LH. Again, substitute the values of L, B and H in this formula. So, 2 into 7 into 5 plus 5 into 4 plus 7 into 4, and of course 2 times of 7 5s are 35 plus 5 4s are 20 plus 7 4s are 28. Then 2 into sum of 35, 20 and 28 we get 83, and after calculations we can observe that its total surface area is 166 square centimeter. Students, this is the way in which we can find lateral surface area and total surface area of a cuboid. But what about a cylinder? A cylinder has curved surface and 2 circular bases, which already we have learnt. How are we going to find curved surface area and total surface area of a cylinder? Look at the screen. Here, for a cylinder, as we discussed earlier, it has curved surface area and total surface area. How do we find? Let us see. Here on your screen on the right side you can see a cylinder which has 2 circular bases which are green in color, and in between you have one blue colored, that is curved surface. Okay. So, means it contains 2 circular bases and 1 curved surface. Now, just let us cut it and open. You can see one base is opened and likewise the other base is also opened. The 2 bases are 2 circles, and further try to cut it straight and open, you get a rectangle. So, its net shape contains a rectangle and 2 circular bases. Okay, this is the net shape of a cylinder, and here you can see one rectangle and two circular bases. So, area of that rectangle will become curved surface area of cylinder, and if we include areas of the two circles, then we get total surface area. Now, what about the dimensions of the rectangle? How do we get? So, for that rectangle, breadth will become h. Why? Because you observe again here, when we are considering it in the form of a cylinder, the height of the cylinder will become the breadth of the rectangle, and further you observe the circle at the top, its circumference, the black colored line is its circumference, and if you open it further, you observe circumference of the circle will become the length of the rectangle, and of course we know that circumference of circle is 2 pi r and height is h. So, the dimensions of the rectangle are 2 pi r and h, and that is how we can observe that curved surface area of cylinder is 2 pi r into h. Further, how do we find total surface area? The two circles areas are to be added. We know that area of each circle is pi r square. There are two such circles, so 2 pi r square. So, 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square, take 2 pi r common, then we get 2 pi r into h plus r, which is the formula for total surface area of a cylinder. Till now we learnt how to determine the curved surface area and total surface area of a cylinder. I hope all of you understood this. Now let us try to solve one problem using these formulae. Look at your screen. For a right circular cylinder, if base radius is 14 centimeter and height is 10 centimeter, then find its curved surface area and total surface area. How do we find? What is the given information you observe? Base radius is given 14 centimeter and height is 10 centimeter. What is the formula for curved surface area? Yes, you are right. It is 2 pi r h. Now, of course, we take pi is equal to 22 by 7 and r and h values we take. So, 2 into 22 by 7 into r is 14 into h is 10. After simplifications, we can observe that its curved surface area is 880 square centimeter. Then what about its total surface area? Again, first we write the formula for total surface area. It is 2 pi r into r plus h. Here mainly what we have to understand here is there are two variables r and h, of whose values we are going to substitute in this formula. So, 2 into pi we are considering 22 by 7 into 14 is r value into 14 plus 10. After simplifications, you can observe that it is the product of 88 and 24, and total surface area of that cylinder is 2112 square centimeter. Till now we have learnt how to find out lateral surface area and total surface area of a cuboid, also curved surface area and total surface area of a cylinder. Then what about a sphere? We know that a sphere has no bases. So, when we have bases, including the bases will become total surface area, and excluding the bases we get either lateral or curved surface area depending upon the solid. But here for a sphere there are no bases, so no need to talk about two types of areas. There is only one surface area for a sphere. Let us learn how to find out the formula for surface area of a sphere. Look at the screen. So, as we discussed earlier, a sphere has only surface area. Now, we will see how to find out its surface area. And here, of course, as we already discussed, a sphere has no bases and it has only one measurement, that is radius. We consider a cylinder in which the sphere is exactly fitted. Observe here, the cylinder is in such a manner that the sphere is exactly fitted in that cylinder. Now, what can you say from that? The height of the cylinder is diameter of the sphere. Now, further you can observe that diameter of sphere and diameter of base cylinder are the same. Now, here this cylinder, when you just consider the sphere is turning into the form of a cylinder, means we can understand that surface area of sphere is simply equal to curved surface area of this cylinder. So, for getting its net shape, you cut it along its length and open, we get a rectangle, and area of this rectangle is curved surface area of cylinder, in turn that is the surface area of sphere. And already we know that for this rectangle, height of cylinder is 2r, because height of cylinder is diameter of sphere. Further, base radius is r, so its circumference is 2 pi r. So, length of rectangle is 2 pi r. So, 2 pi r into 2 r, that is 4 pi r square is area of sphere. We learnt how to determine the surface area of a sphere. Let us try to solve one problem using that formula. Look at the screen. For a sphere, if radius is 7 centimeter, then find its surface area. How do we find? Here first we consider the radius, given data is radius is equal to 7 centimeter, then write the formula. We know that surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square. So, that is 4 into 22 by 7 into r is 7, r square means 7 into 7. After simplifications, we can observe that surface area of sphere is 616 square centimeter. Till now, we have seen how to determine the surface area of cuboid, cylinder and sphere. A girl is doing an activity to find out the lateral surface area and total surface area of a cuboid. How is she doing that? Just let us see. Even you can do this activity in your own after observing this. Look at the screen. So, she considered a box which is cuboidal in shape and cut it along the length, along the edge, and just you can observe, when you open, you get the net shape of a cuboid. This is the net shape of a cuboid. It has 2 bases and also 4 lateral surfaces. Okay. Now, with the help of a scale, you measure the dimensions. You can see that for this cuboid, length is 23 centimeter and of course, it is 8 centimeter and height is 7.5 centimeter. Now, here how many surfaces are there, you observe? 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are lateral surfaces, okay, and 5 and 6 are bases. So, for that simply we are finding the areas of all the 6 rectangles. Okay. All the 6 rectangles areas we have to find separately. Then as we discussed earlier, how do we find lateral surface area? It is simply sum of areas of the 4 rectangles, that is area of rectangle 1 plus area of rectangle 2 plus area of rectangle 3 plus area of rectangle 4. And because already we calculated the areas, simply we add those values to obtain lateral surface area of that cuboid. And of course, in this situation you can see that it is 713 square centimeter. Then what about total surface area? It is lateral surface area plus areas of bases. And what are the bases here? 5 and 6 are bases. So, area of 5 plus area of 6, and again if we add, we can observe that 833 centimeter square is the total surface area. Okay. This is the manner in which we can find lateral surface area and total surface area of cuboids, right. Even you can do this activity in your own. We have learnt how to determine the surface areas of cuboid, cylinder and sphere. Now, let us try to recap what we have learnt till now. Look at the screen. Here for a cuboid, lateral surface area is equal to 2h into L plus B, total surface area is equal to 2 into LB plus BH plus LH. Likewise, for a cylinder, curved surface area is equal to 2 pi r h and total surface area is equal to 2 pi r into r plus h. Then what about a sphere? its surface area is 4 pi r square. We have learnt how to find out surface areas of the solids, cuboid, cylinder and sphere. Now I am going to give you some problems like assignment. You can try them in your own and even you can take the help of your teachers. Just look at the screen. For a cuboid, if length, breadth and height are 12 centimeters, 8 centimeters and 6 centimeter respectively, then find its lateral surface area and total surface area. For a right circular cylinder, if base radius is 7 centimeter and height is 10 centimeter, then find its curved surface area and total surface area. Also, for a sphere, if radius is 14 centimeter, then find its surface area. Okay students, till now we have discussed how to find out surface areas of cuboid, cylinder and sphere. We learn some other concept in our next session. I am signing off for now. Thank you.